Rejection hurts. It hurts when they don't text back. It hurts when you don't get the job. And I absolutely hate when people say, just don't care about what other people think, as if it is that easy. We are human. We all want to feel accepted. We all want to belong somewhere. So if you are hurting because you have been rejected, I don't want you to feel ashamed about that. What I want is that you just don't build your whole identity around it, because rejection is one singular event that happens in your life. But sometimes we treat that rejection as if it's like the definition of our life, like it somehow defines our identity. You have to stop making rejection be about you. Something happens, someone leaves, someone says no, and suddenly our brain tries to fill in the blanks. I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough. The rejection is a fact. However, the story that you built around it, that is just a story. Let's say someone didn't choose you. Your brain automatically thinks, oh, it's probably because I am unlovable. You don't think that, oh, they didn't choose me. You think, I am unlovable. That's why they didn't choose me. Those are absolutely not the same thing, because one is reality and the other one is fear. You have to understand that rejection isn't always personal. Think about how many decisions you make in a day that are literally all just about you. For example, you not wanting to go to a party is not because you don't like the friend that is hosting the party, right? You are not going to the party because you don't want to go to the party. So when other people reject you, why do you put a story around that that's something about you rather than them? Like, you don't become friends with every single person you come across, right? And they don't have to be bad people. They are just not meant for you. Just because someone has some sort of preference, it doesn't define your value. Sometimes people are just not capable of giving you what you need. They can be emotionally unavailable, or they are just simply choosing a totally different path from yours. And their choices do not mean that you are lacking. Something worth mentioning is closure. Stop chasing closure. I know the temptation. You want one more conversation, one more explanation why this happened or whatever. Because you think that if someone had perfectly explained their side of the story, that maybe you'd finally move on. Sometimes closure is the fact that you may not always understand everything completely, and you have to accept that, because it is okay. Don't spend months trying to understand a person. They had already made a decision. You cannot change that. So spend that time and energy trying to understand yourself. Some person's inability of seeing your value does not define you. Even if one person cannot see your value, that does not erase your whole value, does it? Imagine walking into an art gallery. There's a painting, one person walks by it, but another person looks at it and they admire the painting. But did the painting become less valuable? Did it become less beautiful? No. That painting just simply wasn't meant for the person that walked past. Your worth cannot be measured by one opinion. Stop giving every single person you meet to decide your value for you. Your self-worth has to come from inside of you, not from outside of you. Okay, so you got rejected. It is absolutely okay to feel hurt. And please accept that pain, but it cannot become your whole life and identity, and it cannot prove your worth to you. Cry if you need to. You can journal it out. You can talk to a friend. If it really is serious, you can talk to a therapist. You are allowed to grieve what you thought and hoped that could happen. But don't just live in those fantasies. Accept that you had dreams about like a certain person and you had certain hopes. But you cannot spend the majority of your time focusing on what could have been. You cannot become the entire emotion because feeling rejected is temporary. However, saying I am rejected, that is an identity. If this helps, you can ask yourself a question. What is this rejection trying to teach me? Maybe you should stop chasing unavailable people, or you should raise your standards. Maybe that situation, it teaches you resilience. Or maybe, just maybe, it redirects you to something way better. Think about every successful person you admire. Do you know, like, even authors, how many times their books were rejected? There were many actors who heard no many times. Many entrepreneurs, they had to fail many times before they succeeded. They had not treated rejection as proof that they are not worthy enough, that they are not good enough. So if you've recently been rejected by a person, a university, a job, I want you to remember this. The people who belong in your life won't need you to convince them that you are enough. They won't require that you show them evidence that you are worthy. Remember that one closed door doesn't mean it's the end of your story. Your life is going to contain so much rejection, and everyone else's life will contain rejection as well. I know that you will be okay. You will heal. You will grow. I love you so much. Bye bye.